Well, it may be known as a land of opportunities, but your chance of visiting America doesn't seem to be happening anytime soon. With the easing of travel restrictions after the pandemic and the onslaught of revenge travel, many of you may be getting ready to go overseas. But as COVID cases fade around the globe and people resume their travels, the wait for a visa appointment has gotten even longer. So if you have applied for a visa today, you may only get an appointment in 2024. Yes, you heard it right, after 2 whole years. The US Embassy has announced on its website that due to the high volume of visa requests, they cannot accommodate all the travelers prior to their planned travel dates, even if the purpose of travel is time sensitive. If you must know, the waiting period for a non-immigrant visa is different for different Indian cities and for different visa categories. For example, in Delhi, the waiting period for visitor visas is 833 days, while for a student exchange visitor visa, it's 430 days, and for all other non-immigrant visas, it's 390 days. In Mumbai, the waiting period for visitor visas is 848 calendar days, while it's 430 calendar days for student exchange visitor visas and 392 calendar days for all other non-immigrant visas. Whoa, that's too much, isn't it? But worry not. We at Money Control will answer all your queries regarding what one should do if he or she is looking to travel to the US and is scrambling for a visa. We spoke to a number of travel agents and experts, and here's what they have to say. Let's first understand why there's such a huge delay.
When COVID hit, the demand for visas fell through the floor. Visa fees went away. The system as a whole suffered. And then, of course, in actually issuing visas, even with much more limited resources, we had constraints from COVID about the number of people we could have in our embassies at any one time, etc. We are now building back.
Well, the US Embassy slashed its workforce during the pandemic, and applications were shut even after a number of other embassies had opened theirs. In fact, even post the pandemic, when travel restrictions were eased, there was a huge backlog of applications. And even when they opened up, there were no interview slots for as long as 4 to 6 months. For instance, if someone applied for a visa in April 2021, he only got a slot for January 2022. Now, if you have to travel to the US on an urgent basis, how do you ensure that you get an appointment fast? Well, that option is only for emergency cases. And when is it considered an emergency case? It's under 3 circumstances. In case of medical issues, or if the treatment for your ailment is available only in the US. If there's a casualty in your family, it will be considered as an emergency. And there's a Business Express program in case you need to travel for work, but this is applicable only if your visit benefits a US company. So if it's an emergency case, you can click the pop-up and you will get a call from the embassy sooner. However, occasions like a child's wedding, graduation, etc. do not come under this category. There are certain cases where consulates and embassies have a separate process where the in-person interview requirement is waived until the 31st of December. The wait times for these cases are shorter. What are these cases? One is the all renewal cases, and the second one is student visas. However, while there are more slots for students, the issue they are facing is that most colleges want you to pay upfront, and there's no guarantee that you'll actually get the visa, due to which students are suffering. Now, how long does it actually take to process these visa applications? Well, the normal process takes about 11 to 12 weeks to process. If you're in the priority category, you need to pay an additional 20,000 rupees, and it can be done in 4 to 5 days. And there's a super priority category as well, in which case you need to pay 90,000 rupees more apart from the visa fee, and the application can get processed within a day. However, most of the agents we spoke to say that there's still no guarantee that you'll actually get the visa for sure. But at least your application can be processed if you are in these priority categories. Well, that's it from me. For more such videos, stay tuned to Money Control.